Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Blackfire Plays Kenshi. Alright, well, we left off, we had just gotten Ruka, and we had just sold off all the copper that we had when we were training our strength. So, just like earlier, whenever I had to bolt off, whenever we realized that we no longer had the copper in our inventory after we had to import the game to fix the town, we're going to come right out here. Which one's this one? Okay, that's just one. But there's one over here that actually allows two workers. We're gonna set both of them to operate this machine. We're also gonna set these guys, if you click here, that makes it so that they will walk together. Ruka is much slower than anybody else, or at least most of the base people. Smuggling checks. Remove your effects, outsider. Humph. Insult. Why disrobe your fellow kin, brother? Humph. An outsider is what you are, nothing more. Open. Oh well, I really don't want to piss these guys off, so we'll just show them our gear. We've got nothing to hide. Anyway, this makes it so that they'll walk together at the same pace. Basically means Blackfire will walk slower to match her speed, because the stuff she's carrying and her equipment are slowing her down. I don't know why it says encumbrance also takes into effect the stuff you're wearing and not just what you're carrying. So see, she's lightweight and the only thing she's got in her inventory is the first aid kit. So it actually helps to have them walk together unless they get attacked. If they get attacked, you just want everybody to hightail it at their own speed just so you can get as many people out as possible, because you can always come back and save someone. I mean, the only crappy thing is if you get attacked by slavers. Alright, and here we are at the mine again. Alright, well, while I was running this and we were mining, I got distracted by a phone call from my wife. And then realized that Blackfire is down. Ruka was apparently down and is now playing dead. And Blackfire's in a recovery coma. This is the this is a tragedy that can happen when you're running at 3x speed and not paying attention. Even if you are paying attention, sometimes it can still happen because these guys will come in, ransack you, and that's about it. And it must have happened fairly early on because we've only mined one, and they took all of our food because that's what bandits do. They'll just jack your food because food is pretty much one of the most precious resources in this game. So we've got no food. Ruka is pretty hurt, and we will eventually die if we don't get some help. Luckily, Ruka has a first aid kit on her. I could have swore we did too, but I'm guessing the bandits jacked that as well. So we're going back to regular speed. We are going to have Ruka fix us up. Horns or none? Oh yeah. Well, shine then. Come on. I wish I would have caught it as they were coming in, so I could actually show, for people who haven't played this game, what the bandit parties look like that roam around here. But if they came through here once, they're likely going to come again. My last map that I played through, there was actually a really big group of them that was pathing through here back and forth almost every day. But then once they got pushed around enough, it was like they didn't come back for weeks, because I was pretty much just freely mining here without even paying attention and not getting harassed at all. Alright, so since we're using low level kits and Ruka isn't really the greatest doctor in the world. This is going pretty slow, but we're about done. And people can actually first aid themselves, so now Ruka's going to fix herself up. And something that you will likely find yourself doing a lot in Kenshi, especially your first couple playthroughs, is running around carrying people. Because that's basically how you save someone who goes unconscious. Once you tend to their wounds, they will just come back to life. You know, they'll wake up from their coma when all of their negative body parts go back to zero or into the positive, because they will get better over time, but they get better much faster if you're sleeping. um Squin charges an arm and a leg for a bed, if I remember correctly. It's a lot more than in the hub. I think the hub is 50 cats a night, and I think here it's like 100 or 150. It's not the highest, but it's definitely not great. Now, Ruka, whoa, what is this? 300. I have never ever seen this go over 250. I don't know if did the mod update or something? Hmm. Wow. I have legit never seen that go over. I guess maybe because carrying someone automatically takes you up 200%. That's crazy. Because the encumbrance is only 184. Well, she could level up strength like crazy just running back and forth carrying Blackfire. So weird saying my my own name and not meaning myself. Oof. Actually taking some frame hits. Actually have a decent rig, but this game isn't it's not optimized the best. It's made predominantly by one person, I think. There's more people working on the project now. Well, actually, the game is considered finished and there's no more content being made, but they are doing bug fixes and they have hired more people now that the game is out and receiving pretty decent reviews. Okay, so we are in the inn now, I think. No, we're not. Leave, get out. Yeah, I'm sorry. I walked into the wrong house. I'm sorry, I'm out. I'm getting out. I think it's just because there's so many people running back and forth this one spot. Alright, so we're going to right click on a bed, which will tell Ruka to lay Blackfire down onto the bed. Beds are like, what is it? 8. An 8 times bonus for healing. And we're actually both gonna lay down and heal up. Alright, we aren't 100% healed up. Either one of us are. I haven't even healed up my injuries, but that will happen over time. Something was going on right here just a minute ago. I think they were being attacked. Maybe they ran. I just swear I saw damage numbers popping off the screen and stuff. These nomads. Good lord, that thing's loud. Alright, so, whoa, okay. Under control. Under control. On this side, right? Yep. Okay. So we're going to go back to mining. Mining copper. Actually, before we get to mining copper, we need to go back to the bar because those bandits that hit us stole all of our food. I'm actually not sure why they don't take your money. I'm assuming money gets. I don't even know how it works because everyone in your group can use your money. No, stay down here. Okay, used to be me because I'm the one with the backpack that you'll eat out of. Anybody in your group can use the money, no matter where you are. You know. All right, so let's take quite a bit. Come back out here. We just don't want to starve, especially since we're both Shek. And hopefully we won't have to, savagely die. Well, not die, but you know what I mean. We actually ran out of food before we filled up both of the inventories. And Ruka is actually getting pretty close to starting to become malnourished, because I think it's once you fall below 200. I mean, it doesn't help that there's already a racial hunger rate, and then there's an encumbrance effect, and then the work that they're doing increases it as well, so pretty crazy. Oh hey, we actually have too many. We can back off that now. Blackfire is now at 250%. He's been at that for a little while now. So he'll probably stay at 250% for a little while, which was what I was kind of hoping. Ruka's at 154 simply because she doesn't have a backpack and she can't hold as much in her inventory. But what she can do is pick up Blackfire, and now they're both topped. Let's see how crazy this is. Wow. That's going up pretty fast. Let's do it the safe way, and we will walk back and forth in town for a quick minute here. They're not after me, are they? I didn't steal anything. Are they after me? No. Wow, okay, so yeah, I see her strength is already at 20 something. And it's like tanking. 330% already from 500 that we started at. But it's because she's getting stronger. Oh wow. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff happening here today. You can see the blood splatters on the ground from the fight too. Why don't they leave me alone? A lot of people have told me before in the past whenever I was asking for tips on Kenshi, and they told me to, once I filled up with copper or iron, most of them say to use iron because it's heavier, so it lasts longer for the amount of XP it it gives. They say to walk between Squin and the hub because it's a long route, so it takes longer, and they'll gain faster without you having to click everywhere. The only problem with this is there's a lot of bandits in that path that path through there, and basically what you have to do is drop your entire inventory and run away if that happens. But who wants to do that? I would rather click more and not have to deal with dropping my stuff and then trying to run and come back and get it whenever the bandits are gone. This way, I just sit in Squin and run back and forth through the entire town. And it's leveling up the strength just fine. Now we're gonna stop probably somewhere between 35 and 40 here. I think I'm just gonna do the other thing, or I'm gonna do the exact opposite with Blackfire. You know, have Blackfire carry Ruka back and forth because this is insanely quick. It's pretty hilarious that it's already below 200% now, and she's actually about to start starving. We actually need to. We actually need to come in and buy some food. Well, sell the iron or copper first, and then buy some food. Oh yeah, you don't have food. We can. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have sold all of it. Okay, we'll buy back some of it. We still have plenty of money. I forgot that they don't have any food, so we have to run to the bar. Could have just sold it to the bar. Much food as possible. We'll have to manually transfer some of that over there, because the people will only eat out of another person's inventory if it's in the backpack. Don't know why, but that's just how it goes. Yeah, strength is actually dropping when you're malnourished. Your stats suffer, and it gets worse the more malnourished you are. The same with being wounded. All right, so we've broke 40 on Blackfire, and he still has 430 something percent XP gain. It's insane because he had so much more stuff in his inventory because of the backpack. He stayed at like 500% until like level 36. So this whole two-person thing, if I would have thought about that, I probably could have stuck the backpack on Ruka when she did it, but I didn't think it would matter because I figured the weight of the person would play into effect, but I guess they don't. The weight of what the person's carrying doesn't really affect anything. But if it's on you and you're carrying the person, then it does. So, later, you know, at least I know it works this way now. I think since I have the increased XP still, I'm going to attempt to hit 50 with Blackfire. I stopped it exactly at 40 with Ruka. I think we're going to go for 50 with Blackfire. Shouldn't take too long. Look at that, we're already 49. And then we will no longer. Well, we'll need copper again later. Well, for training other people. There we go, we're at 50. Let's take it back to the slower speed. We can actually sell. We'll just sell it to the dude at the bar. If he can take all of it. I'm assuming he can. Oh, still carrying Ruka. I mean, I guess, what's the harm? It's just gonna increase the strength further. Alright. Oh, well, first. Alright, put Ruka down. Now let's see. This is another reason why I like the backpacks that stack, because you can just sell off. You can sell them 9 at a time, because 9 of them can go in a stack. Okay, yeah, see, he can't afford it anymore. And we've only got 5k. Oh, well, I guess while we're here, hold up. Let's buy some food. I made some mod changes to try and help the FPS drop I'm getting when I'm recording. Just trying to make the game a little bit easier to run. And I haven't had as many drops, but I'm still getting them from time to time, and I'm not really sure what it is. Okay, this guy's got a bit more money. Yeah, see, it really sucks having that markdown. If it would have been marked up, we would have like 15K right now. But as it stands, we can barely afford. Here, let's just do that. As it stands, we can barely afford a house here. So I was gonna buy this one, which is 7,200. But then we're going to have to fix it up, and that's gonna take here. That's gonna take building material, and I think it's more than 8. I think it's a ton. I think it's like 12 or 16 or something. I mean, we can take all that. Now we can't quite afford. Here, buy this back. Buy a couple of them back in case I need more money for food. Get hit by bandits again. Alright, we are just gonna go ahead and buy this house. I like buying this house because it's right next to both the bar and this, but so is this one. My goal is to own both of them. I think it's the only two buildings you can actually buy in Squin. You can buy a lot more in the hub. You can buy basically all of them, dang near. But as far as I know, there's only the trader in the bar. So it's not really the greatest trading partner area at all. Okay, so we're gonna hit repair, which is then going to start the repair process on this house. Oop, alright, see? Okay, so it did have some building materials. Okay, see, it's 24. I knew it was a lot. It's 1, 2, 3. So Blackfire has 6 on him. And so that's gonna be 16. So we're still gonna have to be mining. Well, I guess while he's doing that, why don't we have Ruka come mine over here? Actually, we're gonna shift right click and make that Ruka's job for right now. Not forever, just for right now. The only bad thing is I don't think she'll go sell it when she's done. And since I don't have a chest, I think she'll just quit. So we'll have to keep checking over there on her. Make sure she's picking it up so we can sell it. Then I'll probably, since Blackfire is actually just a smidge faster, I will probably run to the hub after we have some money to grab some more building supplies because he's out. Alright, so we've made it up to the hub. We didn't fill these guys up. Well, we filled Ruka up, but we wanted the athletics experience, so we didn't overload either one of them. Well, Ruka was a tiny bit overloaded, but not much. Okay, so yeah, we're getting less here. 90% of value. Okay, wish I wouldn't have done that. And now we're just gonna run back, I guess. Alright, so we're back in Squin. And we're gonna sell off all of our copper. Now the crappy thing is somebody now has to run all the way back up there. I just didn't want to take the cut to the money. I mean, it's already below what it's worth here. But Ruka is in range of the copper resource, so she's automatically gonna start going back. I just checked you out and you didn't. Yeah. It's not him that has it anyway, it would be this guy. I think it's been like 2 days because there were 2 night cycles. Maybe he's got more. Oh, he does. Lots more. Okay. We might actually be able to finish the house. What are we at? Oh yeah, I just bought 10. We're gonna have 2 to spare. We are going to have our house in working order by the end of this episode. Nice. Goes, adds in the rest of the materials. Just like a pull Ruka up here to help work on it, make it faster. Let's do that. It'll take her a minute to get up here, but then this will go a little bit faster. Guess I could put it in 2x speed as well. I'd have died on the Holy Plains if not for the stone golem. Huh. Oh, okay, there she is. Yeah, the 2x speed doesn't look nearly as fast as like the 3x one does. Like it actually looks like it could be some other game's base speed. Oh boy. Okay, let's just speed this up. Actually taking a while. Well, I mean, they are repairing an entire house. I think the first thing that we're going to build is going to be a research station. That way we can actually research other stuff. Because if you're new to Kenshi or you haven't played before, you actually have to research most of the stuff that you need to build. And some of it is actually... Okay, she went back to mining. Let's get it back on 1x. Okay. So here's the building. So far you start out with like small shack. And I think the ruined one is part of a mod. So you start out with a small shack, but you can't actually build these buildings. You can't build outside your house in towns. You can make a camp bed. Campfire takes nothing to make. And basically it helps with... Sorry. Basically it helps with cooking food. Like the basic food, the that cooked meat that I was eating in the beginning. That's pretty much all that does. And then you've got your farms. You cannot build these in towns either, or the wells. You can build lights inside your house, but that's about it. You can't really do any mining whenever you live in a town, because even if you try to do it off out here, it says it's not far enough away from a town. Like, you have to be way out there where you can build it. Which I guess you could, but then you're not considered in the town anymore, and town guards will not protect you. And at this stage of the game, we cannot protect the town. Building material cost is actually 3. We don't have 3. Doesn't matter if we cut some of the positions off. Okay, confirm that. He's gonna go add the materials. We're gonna need one more. one of the reasons why I want to get this up as well is because one of the things we can research is a storage container for copper ore. Once we actually have a storage container for copper ore, Ruka will pick up the ore after it gets its max at 5, because it can only have 5 in the resource itself. Once it hits 5, Ruka will put it in her inventory, run it back to the house, and put it in a chest. And then we can just sell it as we get it, because we're not even going to need copper for a while. I mean, the first thing I can remember that uses copper is like the windmill for wind power, and we can't even build one of those here anyway. We're tapped into the city's power. Okay, he's done with that. He's gonna have to run back to the hub. Wait, because I don't think this guy carries building supplies. It's a traveler shop, but building supplies aren't really traveling wares, I guess. Yeah. Dang, he still doesn't even have... He's got like a medium backpack, which would be bigger than the small I've got. Excuse me, I don't want to pay $1,500 for it. Especially because I know the one I want is better and cheaper. It's only, I think, 800 cats. 800 or 600. I think it's 800 and it'll sell for 600. Okay. So he's running back up to Squin. I wish we had traders that came through here as well. Like traveling traders that stopped at the inn here. I haven't noticed them anywhere in this town. There's a tech hunter town that I was in a previous playthrough, or close to, not in. I actually had my own settlement at that point. But they didn't even have a trade goods store. But there were 2 hive caravan masters that would hang out in the inn, and you could hit them up if you needed building supplies, which was kind of annoying at first because they're not always there. They move around. They're like all these people here in this town. They're moving back and forth between place to place, so they're not always there. So sometimes you have to have someone just sitting there waiting for someone to actually show up so you can buy the stuff, which wastes a lot of time. But thankfully you can automate the process of making your own building supplies. So once you have your own settlement, instead of living in a town, you can start mining copper and iron and turning that into iron plates and copper plates, and you mine rocks, stone, and turn those into building supplies. But that's a little bit too far away from where we're at right now. You need a lot more people with a lot more skills to be able to protect a town. I tried, had like 4 or 5 people and thought I could have like a small settlement, but we were getting hit by bandits, and then it just became trying to sell enough stuff to afford mercenaries. So I don't really want to jump into that soon. Okay, enough of staring at this building. Let's go check in. Alright, so the guy in the hub had 3, and that's more than we needed. So I grabbed all of them. I'm on my way back now. You can see town is right there, and we can actually see Ruka's nameplate. Oh, no, I do not want to pin that. And I told you that I was probably going to change the map back to the map mod that I actually enjoy using. All of these red lines here are roads, and I also have a mod that actually reverts it to the way Kenshi was before. The player faction had a certain tendency to use roads versus just straight lining somewhere. And they changed that to have the character prefer straight lining over the roads. So all this mod really does is make it so that the player character wants to use roads, and it's the same value that it was before the change. So sometimes if it's a really long way and you just click somewhere that a road doesn't even access, then they'll just straight line it. But if you know you need to come here and you click here first, then they'll take roads all the way up to that spot. And then you can go off the roads. And I think besides specifically, exploring between the roads, I mean, that's what people would do. That's what caravans would do. They would take the road because the road's probably going to be safer. I mean, you might run into bandits patrolling the roads, but you're also going to you're gonna not have to deal with a lot of the animals, and a lot of the animals in this game will actually kill you. Like, not just knock you out, they'll knock you out first, and then they'll eat you, and then it's game over. Well, I like sticking to the roads, honestly. It's nice. We're getting some frame drops again. Hopefully it's not too bad to watch. It's just a very CPU driven game with everything going on, and it's not very well optimized either. Alright, so you put the last one in. We all know this takes a while. Aha, there we go. Okay, so you have to research this stuff, but there is some stuff that comes for free. Like, you don't have to have any item. You use books in this game, and books are considered artifacts, and it takes so many books to do each. But let's see here: gear storage, item storage. Seems like neither one of those is the one I need. The industry. Ah, here we go. So that gives you the storage for ore, which is iron ore, steel bars, iron plates, and copper, which is copper ore. I don't know why they didn't just put copper ore and iron ore. Either way, we will have that, and we should just go through and see if there's anything else that's available for basically free. And I'm going to make it Blackfire's job to do the research for now. At this point, once we have the storage box, it'll just kind of be a grind for a little bit. Because then we're just going to want to get as much money as possible so we can buy more books and research better tech. Going to tech level 2 relatively early is a really good help. Let's go check on Ruka and make sure she's alright. Okay, she's just about maxed this out again. And that's as much as she can actually carry. Now, she won't actually do that until she can't carry anymore later. She will just wait until it has 5, and then she'll take the 5 and then run. I don't know why they don't fill up their whole inventory. Maybe it's maybe that's more of a feature so that they don't overload themselves and run super slow back to wherever they're supposed to go. And that would make sense, because he puts you in, more harm. This guy have any money? Yeah, he's got some. And then I'm gonna get some of that back. Oh, wait. You don't have books, do you? No, you don't have books. I'm gonna have to wait until morning, most likely. Yeah. Gonna have to wait till morning to get books. Anyway, we're going to send Ruka back to mine, and Blackfire's still researching the stuff that we got for basically free. And I think this is a good place to end the episode. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. This is Blackfire signing off.